What's up, CNQ Mafia? It's your girl. Nah, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I know they're done. It's over. Am I crazy? But you're currently watching or listening to Listen Linda. So I really appreciate you guys for clicking and tuning in. And while you're at it, can you please like and subscribe? But probably by the title of this video, you guessed it. We're gonna talk about who's at fault, who's to blame. Is it Chris? Is it Queen? Nah, we're not doing that either. But I really just wanted to tackle just some points, obviously, that I think as far as like what led to the demise of their marriage. Collectively, I'm not blaming either party individually. I don't think that's fair, because it takes two to tango. So that's not my goal here. But if this is your first time coming across my channel, I uploaded a video roughly a day or two ago titled Christian Sells. So it was basically a clip, 3-minute clip of Chris Sells basically dropping some gems. Like just really dropping some gems on just how we can be better Christians, or regardless of whatever your belief system is, but just how to be a better individual spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. He really dropped some gems in that video. But the reason why I felt compelled to upload that clip was solely to kind of, I guess you could say, combat that narrative that Chris is a lost cause. Like, he needs the guidance of his fan base to become a better Christopher Sells. And I think that is not true. I think that is the furthest from the case. This brother, he is definitely aware of his flaws and his weaknesses and how he can be a better individual. Ultimately, this brother definitely knows the difference between right and wrong. And I think we forget, or we have forgotten, that Chris is a very spiritual man, and he knows what he needs to do as a man and how to evolve and be better. It's just that we haven't seen that Chris in so long. We've seen toxic Chris, we've seen trolling Chris, we've seen OnlyFans Chris. Well, some of us, I'm not subscribed, but he's given us so many different phases of himself. So I think ultimately what led to the demise of the marriage is the fact that they did begin to slowly creep away from the word. You didn't hear them referencing God as much as their YouTube career went on. They began to get distracted, and both of them. I'm not going to say just Chris, I'm not going to say just Queen, because I feel like they're responsible for their own, for their own actions and choices. So I'm not going to just put it on one side, but yeah, I think that is ultimately what led to their demise. I mean, even Chris said it himself in one of his infamous freestyle that he did. The one where, how you gonna be a wife if you don't even cook for me? But there was a line he also said within the rap, but that one got the most attention, that particular line. But there was another line where he said, the reason we didn't work is because we stopped giving God his glory. And that's facts. That is facts. For the primary reason that they did get married, I'm not gonna say the primary reason, but one of the reasons why they got married is because they grew up in the church. They had a church community, and they were involved and surrounded around a lot of people who wanted their best interests at heart and really loved them. So that's what led him to make, one of the reasons that led him to make that choice. So like, you know what, I'm gonna marry Queen, and I'm gonna try to make this work and for us to have a family. Again, they decided to move to Houston once they started to make some more money, and moved to Houston with the intention of having a better life. But in making that move, they kind of lost their support system. And what I mean by support system, I mean like their spiritual covenant, people who they can really confide in, and just older, seasoned people who can give them advice and essentially help them navigate through their marriage when it was getting tough. But it's not going to be easy. There's no such thing as a picture perfect marriage. Like, I don't care who you follow on IG, who's your favorite YouTuber couple. Everybody goes through it. That's real. But at the end of the day, it's about how you get through it. And I think that was one of the reasons. Well, I think that is the reason why their marriage didn't work. If they had, more people behind their corner, and that was, essentially there for them, like it was in the beginning. Because after they made that move to Houston, they were just mainly surrounded by friends, and where it was just all about chasing the bag. When they were really going through some tough times, they didn't really have that support that they needed to really keep pushing through and to figure out, like, okay, how can we grow forward? They didn't have that, and that really sucks. And not to compare in a negative sense, but just to prove a point, I do want to mention Queen, because Queen is also in the title. So therefore, I'm gonna mention Clarence. So the reason why it appears, I'm on the outside looking in, but it appears as though Queen and Clarence are really thriving within their relationship. And a lot to do with that is the fact that they have that very thing. They have people in their corner who are either in their age group or even older, who truly have their best interests at heart. I was watching the Royal Family, and I don't know if it was their most recent video, but there was a video they done where they were cooking. Clarence and Queen, they were cooking video. But then there was also a video where they went to Florida for CJ's birthday. But I'm not sure which video I'm about to reference, because I kind of watched them back to back at the same time. So, but anyway, there was a clip where they were talking about Beast, R.I.P. to him, and they were saying how anytime they were at odds, he would pull Clarence to the side, or he would pull Queen to the side. And out of all the people around him, I think he was probably the most unbiased. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time they're around Lee. Although I think she appears like she can be unbiased. I think so. I think she has that capacity to do so. But I'm just saying, Beast was the most neutral person in their corner. He had no blood ties or relationships that were, already there before Queen came into the picture. He was the most neutral in the group. So that's a big deal to have somebody like that in your corner who has your best interests at heart and isn't gonna just side with this person for this reason or that person for this reason. And I really think that, and he's older, that's on top of that, so, and he has kids, so most of the people that were surrounded by Chris and Queen were either their age or younger. Chris and Queen were the only people around that time, and I'm talking about when they were collabing with Janae and all them, the only one that had kids. So that's a whole other dynamic right there. When you bring kids into the mix, it really, I don't want to say it takes a toll on your relationship, but it does affect it. It does affect it in some ways. It takes away from the time that you guys can have with one another, so it's a big deal. So yeah. And that pretty much concludes my thoughts on this topic. And I also want to say thank you very, very much for clicking on my channel and tuning in. And please don't hesitate to comment your thoughts, alright? Whether or not you agree, disagree, or you think this discussion is just dead. It's just dead altogether. Express that as well. And also, while you're at it, share some other topics that we can really dive into. I know there's more current and relevant things to discuss. One being the whole Leslie and Jose situation. We can get into that as well. But again, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Please like and subscribe. Alright, and I'm out.